Så Spotify är i nyheterna igen.
De har skapat en personlig DJ genom AI. Bara för dig.
Ja, du hörde mig rätt. Den här DJ:n, han kommer snacka som en helt vanlig människa. Fast han vet allt om din musiksmak. Han vet vad han ska rekommendera dig. Han vet vad du förmodligen har nostalgi till. Och kommer passa dig i alla olika humör. Tänk dig att gå in i Spotify och allting är personligt. Det här är exakt vad du vill höra. Artisterna du älskar. Album så låtar som du har nostalgi med från din barndom. Och en bästa vän som kommer snacka om allt med musik att göra med dig. Det är vad Spotify har kommit med. Deras nya funktion AI-DJ har hamnat på nyheterna. Så jag tänker, låt oss kolla vad den här funktionen har att erbjuda. Så när jag går in i Spotify-appen så trycker jag på musik. Och därifrån så är han där. Han är i beta just nu, men låt oss testa.
Moving on. Up next, continuing our hip-hop 50th anniversary celebration. We're going back to the 90s. Start with Souls of Mischief.
Okej, fet. Den vet vad jag gillar.
Okay, changing it. I'm gonna throw Einar your way.
Einar, okay.
From artists you've been keeping up with lately, along with one or two I just think you'll like.
Sen går jag över till Clio och sen Harki Gaboro. Och som ni hör, det låter ju som en helt vanlig person. Det låter inte som en AI, det låter som en vän från New York. Som det faktiskt är. Det är en kille från New York, Brooklyn, som har gått i studion och spelat in när han pratar. Och tillsammans med AI så har det utvecklats att den kan säga nästan vad som helst. Men jag tänker, låt oss lära känna personen bakom rösten. Här är Xavier. Alright, welcome everybody. We're welcomed by Xavier himself, the new voice of Spotify and music. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
Great to see you, my man. I'm great. I heard you're from America.
Yeah, born and raised. American, born and bred. I'm in Brooklyn, New York right now, so this has been my home for half my life. But I'm originally from Daytona Beach, Florida.
Daytona Beach. And now we can hear your voice all around the world, even here in Sweden.
Yes.
How does that make you feel? You know, coming from Brooklyn and everybody can hear you now.
You know what, Alan? I'm incredibly humbled by it because, you know, how music earmarks all these special moments in our lives that we just remember. The fact that I can be that voice and personality that makes that connection is incredibly humbling to me. Something I'm excited about.
That's great to hear. You know, that sounds like you're going to bring back a lot of nostalgia for many people. Yes. And they're going to remember many good memories from when they were younger. I tried the feature. Yeah, I tried the feature and I started getting songs from my childhood. I was like, hey, Chris Brown, like, I'm happy to see this.
Exactly. How did you feel when you got that song once it was set up for you? How did it make you feel?
Man, I totally forgot about that song. You know, some songs, like, we just move on, but we have so much love for them. And when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, all the memories just came flooding in.
That's right. We talk about discovery, Alan, but that's what we call rediscovery, or what we call familiar favorites. So it's like you got your favorites, but there's so much music out, you forget about songs that you love.
Yeah.
And when it hit at the right time, man, it's special.
If you could describe this feature in 3 emojis, which ones would it be? Like for the younger kids, like, let's see, like with the emojis, like what is this feature?
In 3 emojis, I would do the head blown emoji. Because it's mind-blowing. It's never been done in the history of the world. So I would say the first one is mind-blown. The second one I would do is like that hug emoji, you know, the hands.
Yeah.
Jazz. I would do that because that's the connection piece. And I'm a hugger in real life. So when people listen to DJ, Alan, I want them to feel that I'm talking just to them. Because this is the thing. It's personalized just for you. It's not meant for the masses. Yes, masses will use it. But it's an individualized, personalized experience. So I hope it feels like a hug when I'm talking to you and that you feel that connection. So I would say the hug emoji. And then the last one for me is that big old smile, like the big smile. I smile a lot. Yeah. And I hope you smile when you use it, when that song comes on at the right time, or when that new song that we know or have a good feeling that you will like, or we push you to try something new, and you like it, that you just feel happy, feel that sense of joy. So I would say the head blown, the hug, and the big smile. Wow,
a lot of warmth there.
That's right, yeah, exactly. And this is something that should evoke warm feelings. That's what I hope.
When it came to the process of developing the AI voice, I want to know, what was the recording session like? I've been using the feature. It basically says like all possible kinds of things. Did you record every word?
No, so what it is what you're hearing when you hear it is literally text to speech. So it's not a recording that you hear. It's a recording session. So I'm in a recording booth. I'm in a studio. I did it here in Brooklyn at our Spotify studios in downtown Brooklyn. So I did it in a studio, but you're not actually hearing recordings. The recording process is me training the voice model. So it's not every possible word, but what I did is record lines of script that therefore trains the voice model in terms of how I talk. So it's like all these different variations of things like you will hear the DJ say. And it's just trying to tap into me, evoking those emotions, and just really trying to capture my natural speech pattern. So what does it sound like when I slightly pause? So that's a comma. What does a comma sound like? What does it sound like when I pause for longer or in between sentences? What does a period sound like? What does it sound like when I'm excited and an exclamation point? So it's just all these different variations that we captured to train the voice model. And then from there, everything that you hear, I didn't actually speak. It's a script that's generated by generative AI. So a combination of generative AI, the script writing, and then that's text to speech that you actually hear at the end of the day, which is just mind-blowing to know that what you're hearing, I didn't actually say. I trained it, but what you're hearing aren't like different clips and pieces of recordings stitched together, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. One thing I was very impressed by, it felt like I was talking to a real, and I wasn't talking to the person, but it felt like I was listening to a real person. You know, what you said with the breathing and everything. Like, what kind of research or study did you undertake to understand the nuances of human communication and incorporate that into the AI's voice to make it sound so real?
That's a really good question. So I'm talent at Spotify. I'm an executive at Spotify. My official title is head of cultural partnerships. So I've been a part of hosting 3 podcasts at Spotify, 3 different ones over the years. I've been at Spotify for 7 years now. So through that, I would say that was a big part of my training, actually being on the mic, knowing how to do narration, knowing how to connect with an audience, knowing how to write scripts and how to sound best like me. And then you learn and you get better as a host. And then a lot of it was actual research that we ran for our users. So Spotify doesn't launch anything without testing it and making sure it's something that our users would love. When I'm in the booth training the voice model, I'm a voice actor playing a part. I'm just playing myself. So it's like if you're in a movie starring as yourself, it's like the same thing. I'm just trying to capture all the different parts of me to make it sound and feel completely real. And this is one of the main things that I focused on, Alan, is not talking to the masses, but just talking to one person. That was a big part of the performance. I literally would picture different people, one at a time, in the room with me as I recorded these lines of script.
Like an intimate conversation with them.
That's exactly right. It's a conversational tone. I'm not talking at you. I'm talking with you.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to appreciate having their own music nerd in their phone.
Right, exactly. That's it.
When I use the AI, will I be able to talk to you and ask you about anything in life, or is the conversation just music related?
It's about music, and right now the conversation is me to you, but how you interact with DJ and talk back to the DJ is using that DJ button, which is in the bottom right part of the screen. So you just tap that. That will let you know, well, that will let DJ know, excuse me, to change it up. Change up the vibe, you want something different. Because I'm going to suggest things, AI is going to suggest music for you, but you just may not be in the mood for that.
Yeah, sometimes we might be sad, we want some like that kind of music, and sometimes we just want to party to the 80s rock.
That's exactly right. So you just tap that, and I'll recognize that and acknowledge that and say, okay, switching it up, okay, no problem, I got you. That's how you interact with DJ right now. We're still in beta, but we're always innovating, we're always iterating. So these are, there are different things that we're thinking about and working on in the background. But right now, the way to interact is DJ AIX will talk to you. And then if you want something different, you either skip to the next song, or if you just want that vibe change, you just tap that button. The
concept of AI voices quite fascinating, and it's rapidly evolving. It feels like, just 1 year ago, we've made so much progress with, open AI and everything. How do you think AI voices will shape the future of both entertainment and communication, but also music?
Well, it's been completely phenomenal to see the growth of AI in the past few months alone, as you mentioned, Alan. So like, it's changing. We've never seen. At Spotify, we want to support creators and support artists. So in ways that AI is going to be used and embraced that we support are ways that will help creators, help artists, and also on the back end, different productivity things. What we don't stand for at Spotify is using any artist's IP without their permission when it comes to AI. In terms of like, if you just take somebody's voice and clone it, that's different without their permission. Yeah. So we're going to just see these things continue to evolve. You already mentioned a year ago, if you'd have told us some of these things, a lot of people wouldn't have believed.
We really wouldn't believe it. It's like,
yeah, right?
It's just evolving so quickly and rapidly. I've heard covers of songs with AI, and I'm like, this sounds so real. Like how?
That's right. So I think we're going to see different artists find ways to use it that bolsters their creative process, and I think you're going to continue to see Spotify iterate and innovate using these different AI features. Keep using DJ, you'll just see how it learns with you. It's pretty incredible.
Feels like it's always evolving. Spotify's AI, it's designed to understand users' preferences and recommend music accordingly.
Yeah.
How do you think the AI's personality and voice contribute to creating a personalized user experience for each and every listener?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing because my experience is going to be totally different from yours.
Yeah.
But the through line will be that consistent voice that you get used to riding with you, whether you're riding in your car or working out or in your home. So I think you'll have that consistency, and I think you will just feel that sense of community, but one-on-one. So you'll feel that sense of community that you have a DJ that's there just for you whenever you want.
When it comes to Spotify's AI interacting with users, on a personal level, for music recommendations and playlists, how do you feel about the potential emotional connections users might form with the AI? And what impact do you think this could have on the overall user experience?
I think it's a good thing because really at its core, it's about discovery, and it's about discovery and rediscovery through connection. So we do want you to forge those connections with AIX. We want that to happen. We see it happen in some funny ways. We're seeing a lot of funny things on social media. I'm talking about things from proposals and people feeling like they're dating X. Now, we do feel a sense of responsibility in terms of things that AIX, the DJ, says. So we're going to keep it about the music. We're going to keep it about your personalized listening experience. But I will say that connection part of it is fun because there is a real human being, me, behind it. So the fact that people feel that emotional connection makes sense. And it's a very intimate thing. When it's personal just for you and it's in your ears and I'm talking to you and I'm having a conversation with you, not talking at you, it makes a lot of sense. And that means that we did our jobs right. I'm the DJ for all of my friends. So whenever I'm in the car, I'm doing the music. But now I just put on AI DJ.
You just chill at home, tell them, use the DJ feature. That's me. Just enjoy yourself. I'm going to chill at home.
That's exactly right.
On a personal level, what music would the AI be likely to recommend to yourself?
For me, so I do use AI DJ.
Isn't that kind of weird for you? To hear yourself
honestly, no. It feels like, honestly, Alan, it feels like it's just on my phone. It doesn't feel like it's on anybody else's phone. So sometimes I have to stop and think like, okay, this is on a lot of people's phones and a lot of people are using this. So for even me, it feels very personal. So from a music standpoint, you're gonna get hip hop, golden age hip hop for sure, a lot of underground hip hop. You're gonna get indie, a lot of indie rock. You're gonna get a lot of instrumental music, like soul music, and you're gonna get jazz, but then you're gonna get into like the grunge era rock. So you're gonna get Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, a lot of that too. So it's a eclectic mix, but it's like this through line through it. I like real music.
Well, it sounds like the DJ got you set for every experience you want.
Everyone. And if it's not the vibe I want, I just tap the DJ button. If I don't want hip hop at that time, if I want more mellow, more jazz, maybe not even lyrics, I just tap that DJ button until I get that vibe or that mood that I want.
Well, all right, DJ AI Xavier. It's been great talking to you, and thank you for answering my questions. I think we have a much better overall image of what this, service is going to be and how we can use it for our own best usage. Thank you very much for coming on this talk.
You're very welcome, Alan. Thanks for having me. I hope you enjoy it. We'll talk again.
Thank you. We will. All right, thanks.
Peace.
Alltså det har varit så kul att få se bakom kulisserna hur allt det här sköts, hur det här skapas, för det här är ju framtiden. Vi kommer bara vänja oss mer och mer med att använda oss av AI, och att den nu kommer användas för att förbättra hur vi lyssnar på musik. Det låter som drömmen för mig. Tack för att ni har kollat på den här videon, och jag hoppas att ni tyckte om den här intervjun med killen bakom rösten av Spotify AI DJ. Se till att testa den här funktionen själv. Som sagt, gå in på Spotify, klicka musikknappen och klicka DJ. Berätta gärna vilka låtar han rekommenderade till er, så får vi se om ni är lika nöjda med honom som mig. Ta hand om er.